Thank you, Jesus Christ.
Terrence is here. Frakes.
So if I had a clone option,
Oh, God.
Jeff.
I am a clone.
Mahogany.
What?
Okay.
Apparently Mahogany's clone showed up today.
she has no idea what's happening. So par for the course.
I didn't say that. I just said what?
What?
What you want, fool? Call my name, what you want?
I want to get this point across because I think it's very valuable.
Oh, boy.
If we had clone technology and we were using it to get out of work, Toker made a point of now you just have 2 mouths to feed.
Yeah.
If you could genetically produce your clone to photosynthesize, boom, problem solved. It lives off sunlight.
Then it's not a clone.
Whatever, a genetically altered humanoid homunculus. I'm fine with either.
I've solved my own issue with the problem. Is,
You'd eat the clone.
You eat the clones.
Yeah, of course. It makes sense.
It's an all-clone diet.
Yeah, but if you're
cannibal,
not really
of the worst kind.
No, it's not really.
Yourself.
It's like biting a hangnail, you know, only you cover it in barbecue sauce and it's shaped
then
like
you get a taste for yourself and you find yourself nibbling on yourself in the middle of the night.
Listen, if I'm going to eat somebody, it's going to be me. I don't want to get a prion disease from some weird stranger.
It's true. And you got to make sure that your clone doesn't get up to shit before you eat them.
I should probably keep a special pen for the edible clones and just shoot the clones I'm sending to work in the head at the end of the day.
And then you just feed your clones your other clones.
Yeah, there you go. See,
problem solved.
Perfect. You
and then your clones start hunting you because you gotta get that meat.
You're such a pessimist about our abusive relationship with clones. I swear.
Yes.
Everything's gonna turn out wrong just because you're some sort of horrible monster.
I mean, yeah.
I just had a picture of a bunch of people protesting the eating of clones, and then a horde of your clones shows up and murders them, but doesn't eat them because, like, ugh, not eating a bunch of Becky's. I like the way I taste.
Oh my God. Clone theory is fun.
Is it? I think it just turned us all into some sort of weird, fucked up people.
Don't lump me into you.
Yeah, really.
That's you. Don't lump me
I'm pretty
into
sure you were agreeing. You're completely right, Terrence. I heard you.
No, I want to photosynthesize my clone because it'll stick around and I can hang out with it.
You can't have a vegan clone.
Why not? There's nothing.
Because fuck you, that's why.
There's nothing in nature that says clones can't be vegans. Now, vegan cats and dogs, that's wrong. Those are omnivores. They need to eat.
Your clone's not a vegan; it's a vegetable.
Yeah. That's fine too.
I'm talking about vegan in the terms of like menu option.
Yeah.
Oh, organic. It's
plant-based.
Plant-based clone. Well, he's made mostly out of vegetable shortening and bean paste, but he gets the job done.
It's the impossible Frakes.
Yes, the impossible Frakes.
You got a contract with Beyond Frakes.
Oh, there it is.
And actually, I think now that I think about it, he would just be insufferable.
So a clone, in other words.
No, I'm just saying, take me and give me a little bit of moral superiority more than what I already think I have.
I don't eat meat. I'm easy on the planet. I don't leave a carbon footprint. Oh, shut the fuck up.
I'm not even made of meat.
Yeah.
I have negative carbon imprint.
They've been doing research and they discovered just because I'm on the planet, I help soak in extra UV rays so that the planet is a better place.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm replacing the ozone with my presence.
I inhale what you breathe out and I fart out what you breathe in.
Oh.
Just breathe into each other's mouths.
Or asses.
Like human centipede, but a circle.
It's getting hard to breathe. Come over here at 69 with me, clone.
Now, I want to hang around people huffing their own farts. I'll go to Twitter.
Is that cannibalism or masturbation? What are we talking about here?
It's a little bit of both.
That depends. You have a hard on while you're eating?
Yeah. Look, if my face is an ass, that's got to be a little pornographic, right?
More gynecological.
That's a new way of thinking about eating ass.
Yay! We invented a new way.
All right, we're innovators.
Now that we've gone all the way off the rails.
We're blowjob creators.
We never even started on the rails.
You said blowjob creators.
It's a real obscure LinkedIn page.
I mean, anybody with a penis and money could be a blowjob creator.
Oh. Anyway.
Anyway, God.
I play a halfling druid.
Oh, right. We're here to Pathfind.
I'm not. I'm here to drink this gigantic rum and coke and try and stall until we run out of time and Toker has to go to work.
At noon on a Sunday? You brunching it from the house for this Zoom meeting?
Yeah.
Old brunch skunk.
A rum and coke counts as brunch.
Look, I don't know what brunch spots you go to, but they're normally not in a big to-go thermos.
A big Yeti cup of rum and coke.
Welcome to
Well, I
brunch.
don't want my ice cubes to melt.
Fuck it. Fuck it. When you don't give a shit, neither do we.
I'd eat there.
Yeah.
I would look for the letter grade on the door, but I'd eat there.
It's B for booze.
That's fine. As long as it's above a C plus, that's
How do you even get a C plus at a restaurant? Like, oh, this place is filthy and you'll probably get a disease, but I like the decor, so
Yeah.
C plus. What is that noise? Am I
You
hearing
still-
shit?
Are you still hearing it in that silent time?
Oh no, okay. Never mind.
It's
it
in
was you
your house.
all along.
No, I have headphones on and a video started playing on some other tab I have open. I'm like, what the fuck's going on?
Ah.
That's
Watching
funny.
the Beyond.
Last time I fall asleep listening to Creepy Whispers 10-hour thing on YouTube.
Yeah, I kind of do that. Like, I'll just turn on a creepypasta channel and go to bed. And Jesse fucking gets so mad at me. He's like, I can't sleep with that shit playing.
It's like you have fucked up dreams, don't you?
No, I mean, I might. I don't know. I don't really have nightmares. They all seem pretty tame.
Hmm.
Like,
don't know,
even the really grotesque stuff doesn't scare me in my dreams. Like,
Hmm.
I don't think of it. The last nightmare I had was about my teeth falling out while I was sitting in a wheelchair, and I think I was 10
In the
Wow.
dream or when that happened?
when that happened.
Okay.
10-year-old having teeth anxiety dreams.
weird.
I
That's
like
weird.
scary dreams, but to me, nightmares are where like you think it's real and it's just really sad.
I think the worst dream is when you dream you go to work for the day and then you wake up and you have to go to work.
That's a
Yep.
nightmare. That is
That's a nightmare.
Yeah, like I mean, I had the server nightmare all the time where you're waiting tables in an amalgamation of every restaurant you've ever worked in,
Mhm.
and you can never. Like usually it's like I take the people's drink orders, I go to make their drinks, and then I can't get back to their table. And by the time I actually get back to the table, somebody else is like taking their check, and everybody's looking at me like, "You fucking asshole, where were you?"
Standing with a bunch of watered down drinks.
Yeah. And it's like you just, I'm just trying to get back. Like I have a million things to do, and I'm just trying to do this one thing so I can do the next step. And I never get to the next step. And everybody hates me. It's
Mhm.
those are bad.
Mm.
The restaurants just get bigger and bigger and bigger.
Oh yeah. I
I'll
hate
stop.
that. I dream about empty amusement parks a lot.
Dope.
Really? That sounds awesome.
No wands.
It isn't. No, not like everything's working. It's just empty. I dream about empty fucking tourist
bit-
attractions.
Abandoned.
Like you're
No,
just
not
walking
abandoned.
through it and nobody else is there and none
Yeah,
of the
just
rides
nobody's
work?
there. I just
What takes it from being from empty to abandoned? Where's the leap? Is it time?
Yeah.
the things still work.
Okay.
Yeah. Like there's lights and there's stuff and
But you don't know how to use it.
I mean, what's the point?
Yeah, you can't really start a ride and then jump into the ride before it picks up enough speed.
Dude, it's a dream. I'll try.
I've never flown in a dream. Never once.
And I'm usually looking for something in those dreams. I don't know what it is, but maybe it's fun.
That's what I was gonna say. Probably some sort of amusement.
I just need one carny for this dream to be perfect.
One motherfucking carny. I bought the band.
I tend to find myself in all of my dreams looking for a will to live.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. I didn't know we had Doug on this.
I think my time on Discord with Doug has definitely changed me in a direction.
Definitely a direction. That direction is down.
Yeah. I don't know if we've talked about Doug on this show before. I like Doug. He gave me a lawnmower for free. I still use it.
Thanks, Doug.
But
Doug's dope.
Thanks,
He's
Doug. Doug's
dude.
great. Well, the first time I met Doug was at one of Terrence's house parties. We were watching They Live. And it's the first time Roddy Piper puts the glasses on and it's just all black and white. You can see what all the billboards actually mean. He goes, that's how Doug sees the world in real life. And I was like, that is so perfect because we try to figure out what it is about this dude. He's nice, but it's just very...
He's grim.
He's a little grim. Yeah,
Bleak.
so-
I like the term bleak.
yeah.
Just a real dour, bleak outlook on life.
I'm saying like Doug is like one radiation spill from being a supervillain. He's got all those evil origin stories.
He's not the villain we deserve, but he's the villain we need.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Anyway, let's do the game.
Yes, let's do the game.
We could talk more about clones in that Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, The Sixth Day.
Oh wow, I forgot all about that guy.
Yes, it's not good.
I'm trying to think of a phrase to describe it. Garbage. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Was that the one with the gate to hell? No, that's the ninth gate.
Ninth. No, he's not even in Ninth Gate.
That's End of Days.
End of Days.
Yeah.
Ninth Gate is a Johnny Depp movie.
Yeah,
also,
you're right.
It's also a Roman Polanski movie, which that's a lot of problematic people in one film.
Yeah.
But
When last we left off.
End of Days is actually good.
Yeah.
I mean not like high quality or like well made, but good in that it is one of the better Arnold performances.
It's fun to watch.
Why is it that every apocalyptic or demon-possessed movie is just steeped in Catholicism?
It's because Catholics got all the scary stuff. Like they literally have churches with like skulls in golden fucking reliquaries, like where you can go and look at the dead person right there.
It's true. Is it France or Prague that has the ossuary that's completely built out of bones?
I don't know. It's somewhere in Europe. It's all Europe to me.
You know what I'm hearing? You answer your own question.
Well, I was saying, is it France or Prague?
No, I mean about like why is every End of Days type movie based in Catholicism? And then you're like, oh, they've got a chapel built entirely out of bones. Yeah, that's probably the religion you want to go with for the big scary ending. Of the
You know what?
The death cult?
Yeah.
I want to see a Mormon devil movie just to see what that's like.
Just be people drinking caffeine.
No.
And there's no threat because they all got their magic underwear.
It's black people drinking caffeine.
The horror!
One of them has a Mountain Dew.
They're watching R-rated movies.
Good Lord, is that woman wearing pants? No, that's evangelicals.
Yeah.
That's the church that I grew up in.
I was gonna say I used to get shit for coming back to AYS in shorts. I was like, I'm a child. Leave me be.
Like, if you're thinking dirty thoughts about me, you're the pervert.
Yeah. Is that the church with the ankle length denim dresses?
That's like a bunch of churches around here.
Yeah, I was gonna say pretty much every evangelical Christian denomination is all about that, like
jean skirt, poofy hair thing.
Yeah, like covered as much as possible.
It's
lifestyle.
jeans. It's
the
fucking
world's worst
denim.
makeup.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, I want to wear jeans, but I can't show my shapely legs.
So I just wear one giant Jinko left.
I remember distinctly there was a preacher that had like a 25-minute aside on the sins of kulaks. Like,
The sins of what?
they're basically very blousy. They're like a skirt.
Shorts.
Yeah, they're shorts, but they're like constructed like a skirt. It's very
Not
weird.
a skirt,
Yeah, no, it's
because that's different. But it's like shorts that are so puffy that you almost can't tell if it's a skirt or
yeah.
Huh. Things I didn't need to know for 100, Alex. But I asked.
You
I
did.
got it.
Kulaks. Like, where do you even get that name?
I don't know. It sounded like a warlock subclass. I was like,
I mean, I feel
I'll
like
play
I
that
just
next.
learned what that term meant in the past like 3 to 5 years, even though I've heard it my entire life. But I never understood what they were talking about until I think I read a dictionary definition or something. And I was like, oh, okay. It's those shorts. Cool.
It's those things.
It's the ones that, like, I don't know. Y'all never had to wear them.
No.
Had to,
I've
no.
never had to, but
I don't know. My grandmother used to dress me like, I mean, she dressed me like a little adult, you know, like it was fucking weird. Like I would just dress like a little old, like whatever she was wearing, I was
Joan
wearing.
Benet you. Ugh.
It wasn't like, yeah, like I didn't get to choose my clothes. I didn't get to wear the fashion of the time, even though fashion in the 90s, yeah, sure, fine. It wasn't anything. It wasn't anything like special, but like, you know, I wanted to dress like the other kids were dressing.
Jams
But I
are
had to
dope.
dress like, I'm talking like little Chanel suits, pants, like not even pantsuits, just like skirt suits and
Weird.
stuff like that instead of like regular dresses. It was fucking weird. But yeah, like
And
Most-
full circle back to clones. She made you a clone of herself.
Oh.
my grandmother called all shirts and their appropriate subnames tops and all
okay.
pants. Any type of pants, bottoms.
I mean that's
It's a real simple system.
that is real simple. It was better than calling everything a blouse. I was like, oh, that blouse. I'm like, that's a fucking t-shirt. It's not a blouse.
I wish we
It's
could
weird.
see Jeff's face. I know he's dying right now.
Push the button.
I've tried.
That was my fault. I apologize. I thought if I brought up a really shitty Arnold movie, it would just, haha, and then we'd move on.
No,
I'm talking about pants.
Now we're on blouses.
Don't let us
I don't
do
know.
culottes and blouses, man.
Know who you're talking to.
I'm back.
Hey.
He just fucking left. He was
Oh,
like, oh,
that's great.
6th day? Nope, I'm out.
I'm out. I got a feeling this will be a cigarettes break worth of bullshit.
All right. Well, we got Jeff back, apparently.
Let's get you caught up real quick, Jeff. I brought up the 6th day.
I think
I
Jeff
can
probably.
always listen to the recording again later after I forward through all this crap.
You won't be able to ask questions and have me here to answer them, though. That's the difference.
Jesus. All right. Where did we leave off, guys? I can't remember. My brain is fucking pudding.
Caravan killed the dragons and the kobold. Well, we did not kill the dragon. Dragon flew away. We got back to the town and they were like, hey, you want to do this were-rat thing now? And we were like, why not?
Thanks.
Yeah. That's a concise summary, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. But it doesn't actually help, which is weird.
That is a short synopsis of our situation.
It just made me think it's Tenacious D. And we said, okay.
We played the first thing that came to our heads. Just so happened to be. I was not muted, sorry.
If I start singing, Jesse will wake up, so I'm not. I can't do Tenacious D quietly.
No.
No.
Wake the masses. Every eye will be on you. Every eye.
The eye of Sauron will come.
A whispered version of Master Exploder.
Wonder Boy.
Wonder
Wonder Boy.
Jesse's awake.
He's like, you doing Tenacious D in this house? Motherfucker.
Are you singing Tenacious D without me?
We are a Doja Cat house. Psh, psh, psh.
Said, "Move, bitch."
You know he likes Tenacious D as much as you look like Jack Black.
You'd think, but no. I think he's just into fat dudes. At any rate.
The sigh of exasperation from Jeff. I think he unmuted just to sigh at the microphone.
I was just trying to figure out how many more cigarettes I have in my pack downstairs.
You got time to run to the store.
Oh, please no. I gotta go to Costco after this.
Oh God! All right, guys. For real. If you start talking again, I'm gonna get real mean. Or rather, if you start talking about things that aren't this goddamn game again, I'm gonna get real mad.
Potatoes.
I quit. Anyway, so
No, potatoes in the fantasy game.
oh yes, it's fantasy potatoes. They're purple and pink and blue. At any rate, I believe we left off with Jeff talking. He was talking over something with the captain of the watch.
We did captain of the watch. Then I also went and talked to the gentleman that had gotten rid of the flutes. He had a crystal ball.
This is the kind of recap I was asking about. Frakes.
He was asking about the crystal ball. What we could look into it. We were able to figure out a little bit about it, not get into deep detail about what it really was. And then after that, pretty much was the very late evening. We were supposed to be finding that we were going to get a hotel that we could stay at to work from in the upcoming time period. And I also had done a spell casting of Ears of the City that will let you actually do perception checks for doing information gathering. And it acts as if it was a 1d4 hours of gathering information for each round.
All right. Okay. And how many
that's where we
rounds
left
does
off.
that come to?
That comes to 3 rounds.
Was the pansexual bard? No, it was Toker's game.
Check out our main show, Homebrew Detritus, on YouTube.
Pansexual bards. That's what we're all about.
Billy Hairborn. Bone?
Bone.
Bone. Hairbone.
Bone.
So Terrence, for the first one, it was 1 hour's worth of gathering information, and it was I rolled a 6, but that equals out to a 17 perception check for that one for gather information. That's just the first round.
All right. You feel your spell reach out across the city. You hear whispers, you hear rumors, you hear snippets of conversation. You get quick flashing visions of random objects, people, places, and finally your ear perks up at the sound of a couple of people talking to each other in a bar. Like, I've never seen anything like it. Just torn to shreds, just absolutely mangled. And did they say what happened? No, I don't know. We think it's a wild animal. Just got into the stables, killed 5 horses. But here's the strange thing. We think some hobos got in there too, because there were huge squares of meat cut out of them. And so we really couldn't get anyone to identify the marks. That is odd.
It was also the clear signs of a hobo sex party. The scuffles on the floor.
Go
I'll
ahead.
be sure not to use that livery again.
I've got 2 more hours, and this one is a 29 on the perception check.
29.
Yep.
All right. This one is a little different than the other one. There are 3 people sitting in a drawing room. In your mind's eye, sort of recreating them, and they seem to be having a conversation about, just current events about the city, the things they're excited for in the upcoming festival. And of course, one of them mentions, "Oh, what about the sacrifice?" Well, here's the thing: we're having trouble locating someone with the right qualities. We hope it gets done, and of course, the priest down there is always very interested in making sure we meet all the festival check marks, but we may have to cancel. Nonsense, says someone. We've got to do it. It's such a lark to hear them scream. The 3 people laugh in a reserved way and say, "Well, we'll start checking around the red light district. I know that's going to be difficult to find what we're looking for there, but with the festival in town, a lot of girls looking to make a little extra money come in, and maybe we'll get lucky."
3rd round.
Go ahead.
It is 3 hours, but only a 22 on my perception check.
This isn't a rumor. Rather, this isn't a rumor. It's just a vision. You see a woman struggling, running down the various alleys and streets. Her eyes are wide. She's sweating. She's panting in terror. She crawls into a pile of garbage that's stuck out behind a store, huffing and panting, trying to calm herself. Out from her vantage point, you see shadowy shapes race by her hiding spot and disappear into the night, and she lets out a sigh of relief. But then the garbage pile is burst open, and you see an enormous black rat creature wearing leather armor grinning down at her with saliva dripping from its incisors. It speaks. Did you really think you could get away from us? A scream, and the spell ends.
All right. We'll pass all that information on to the others. I will use my Perform Audiata to relay the information in a form that was similar to what I heard and saw.
Okay.
Charade it out for us?
Yeah. He
Pretty much.
acts through the 3 little vignettes, the rumors that his spell settled on.
Actually, a 19 on my performance check.
All right. And does a pretty good job at it. I'm just going to assume from now on that since you're casting the spell, that the magic will kind of know what you're looking for. So that way we don't have to
Well, yeah, because I'm basically, you can tell it what you're kind of focusing towards.
Okay. That's what I assumed what was going on, but I wasn't quite sure. I remember. But you know that the last vision was something that was in media res, happening now, here in the dark of the night.
So it's that was in the red light district, and we assume they're looking for a woman for sacrifice in the red light. They will choose one from red light district. They probably already have one, as the vision was showing, and there seems to also be a priest involved. That's probably a rat man priest. Were-rat priest, probably some dark god that's going to do a sacrifice, and it's supposed to be like some festival list of stuff that they're trying to accomplish during the festival.
Those might be unrelated.
Well, I mean,
that
it's
sounded
supposed to
like
all be focused towards, that's what I'm focusing on, is towards were-rats. So everything that I asked for was supposed to be related to the were-rat lycanthropes. So even though they might seem disjunction and from different areas, I have a feeling that they all come back down to the same thing.
All right. So what's your plan, folks? I'm going to say you guys find accommodations. Here, it's difficult. You spend a lot of time doing it. Luckily for the caravan, they have accommodations with the Church of Shaylin, but they also have a lot of people staying at the Civic Opera House, and they offer you, at least, Fidelis, to stay at the Opera House with them. Though it's going to be cramped conditions, you know how it is.
Yes, I do. However, I should probably stay with my companions as we are working a new case.
Oh, fascinating. But so let's see. You guys find your options become more and more limited, especially since you've been 3 days away from town as the festival approaches.
So we know that abduction was happening, right now.
Yes.
In progress.
Yes, tonight.
Are there any specific signs or features in the alleyway that could give me a hint to where that location was at?
You remember seeing a rather just a catching a glimpse above the rooftops of the area. You remember seeing a tower, a rather incongruously placed amongst them.
That wouldn't by chance be Pod's tower, would it?
It would.
Okay. And kind of knowing the direction that was, I should be able to backtrack the angle that should be that at least get us to a close location of that area.
True.
We should go now. That woman's life is in danger. Or at least her purity.
Oh, my purity.
Yeah, I'm more worried about her life.
Now.
Yeah, because if she loses her purity, her life's meaningless.
This is
we're playing that kind of game, are we?
No, we're not.
Okay.
Yeah. No, my goddess is of performance and luck. That's getting laid.
Performance and luck.
It can also just be, juggling.
That's the same thing.
You fuck
what is
weird.
sex like with you?
Challenging.
You got to have both hands free. That's all I'm saying. All right.
So I'll pass the information on to everybody.
All right. Well, Fidelis, feeling fired up by the emergency of it all, suggests that you head out immediately. Are y'all doing that?
Yes.
Cool. All right. You hit the streets, and the streets are quiet, relatively, for a city of this size. You manage to find a hotel it's a hotel that is not great, but not bad either. It's not in the terrible area.
The pool's closed because of DHEC violations, but the room is clean.
Yeah.
Clean.
Yeah, their kitchen
Don't bring
is
a black
closed.
light.
Or do, if you're into that.
It's all about the juggling.
Every time you say it, I keep thinking you're saying juggalos. I'm like, whoop, whoop. Anyway, so you hit the streets and begin heading towards the tower of Pod Demelmark.
With haste.
With haste. Frakes casts haste and you run.
Sweet.
Do I have haste?
You do. Shut up.
You don't have haste at third level.
You got it from a background trait.
Yeah. Yes.
One third level spell, but once per day.
I cast command. Go!
I think hot take. I think Fireball could be a first level spell, since it scales according to your level.
No.
Indeed.
So if you're casting a first level Fireball at first level, it's going to do
1d6.
1d6 in a 20-foot radius spread.
Ow, that's
Still
warm.
nice.
No, it's not bad. It's not bad like for area damage, but
Great against swarms.
Yeah, third level is the only time I could really foresee it being overpowered compared to like any other first level spell. But
So yeah, we're pounding the pavement. We're looking for this alleyway.
yes, you're looking for this alleyway. You begin heading toward the tower, moving through the streets fairly swiftly. You head into a busier part of town. Lots of visitors have been pouring into the city, and a lot of those visitors are lonely from hard days' travels on the road. And Pod Demomark's tower is, of course, as it is famously positioned, overlooking the red light district of the city.
They call
The
it
street-
Keeper's Tower.
Yeah, it's got a huge telescope, but it points down at the street.
A huge telescope.
Well, you want to get a good look at the cleavage, you know.
It's called the
Looks like a-
compensator.
The compensator.
Looks like a lot of pigeons congregate around the base of this tower for some reason.
I know what you're getting at, and it's gross.
Yes, yes.
Oh,
I don't get it, and I'm glad.
Be glad.
let's just say a lot of seamen fell to their death from that tower.
Hmm.
Okay, anyway. Well, yes, the red light district lies before you. You can see that the streets are a little bit busier than everywhere else. There are hookers and doxies and dancing girls and escorts and all sorts of other various synonyms for prostitutes all over the place. And of course, travelers, merchants, warriors, mercenaries, people here who are just are here with coin in their pocket, and they're ready for a little bit of entertainment. Go ahead if you guys are doing searches of the side streets. Let's do some dice rolling for that.
Okay.
Perception or survival?
Well, if you're trying to, first, that's a good question. I will let you do both, but they will give you different things.
Well, I didn't see the alleyway, so I'll go with perception. Natural 20 plus 9, 29.
All right. You know, Toker, this might vindicate you a little bit, but the D&D 6th edition has decided to just go ahead and incorporate natural 20s for skill checks.
Oh, you mean D&D, one D&D?
Yeah, one D&D. Yeah,
Not
whatever.
six. They're not doing editions anymore.
Well, whatever. It's 6th edition. Fuck it.
Yeah.
However, they have taken crits away from the DM.
I would gladly put that back in. Like I said, D&D has
Yeah.
always been just, whatever. As long as the rules are reasonable and everybody agrees to them, which is pretty much true of any RPG in my opinion.
Mhm.
But they decided to take I just thought Tucker would be thrilled to know that they've taken a page out of his design handbook.
Yeah. Crit fails and crit successes with skill checks during combat for me, as I've kind of narrowed it down.
I guess that's I guess because
Or during like high stress, like
or if there's a
things.
danger of it fucking up really badly.
Yeah.
Like crit failing a trap disarmament, that should be terrible for you.
Yeah, crit failing your knowledge local to whatever. Whatever.
Well, that could be funny, but I don't.
Funny, yeah.
My biggest annoyance with that is if somebody has a -5 to their intelligence, they have the same chance of hitting on the right answer as someone with a +5 to intelligence.
But that's the same. That's the same thing in real life. Like broken clocks. Broken clocks.
Broken clocks right twice a day.
Mm-hmm.
16 Terrence for both perception and survival.
Right?
I
Anybody else
rolled
trying?
shitty.
I just rolled 2 natural 20s. So, and I'm not even kidding. So that's a 20 and a 20 for survival and a 21 for perception.
All right, you get turned out, Jeff. You get turned around, a little overwhelmed, trying to piece together the visions that you saw with what you're seeing now. People with
So much flesh on display.
Thank God I did a good on my oratory skills on describing the situation really well.
people with less bias toward the spell you cast. However, and in this particular case, it's Ryan. Began looking at the side streets checking the angles, checking the stars. According to your description, Ryan, you just moved casually down the street. Some of the girls or some of the boys are basically, giving you brief sales pitches as you go by, but you ignore that and focus on the task at hand. And finally, you see the point that you think it is, and there's a dark side street next to what appears to be some sort of gambling establishment. There doesn't seem to be a big crowd around this place either. It's looks like some sort of more exclusive club, and there isn't even a line out front, though you do see people coming to the door and either being let in or turned away based on what the bouncer decides or how much the bouncer decides they think you have. But there are extremely dark side streets next to it. Most everything else here is fairly well lit. The city kind of makes sure that there isn't a lot of shadows in this kind of area. But this one's different. It stands out. And as you go down one of the dark alleys, you see a muddy footprint. But the footprint has, while they might have closely to human-shaped toes, there are clear marks of large claws sticking out of them. The angle of the footprints, the impact suggests that they were running.
So I signal to everyone and I say, "This way, be cool, down this alley."
Hold on. I actually pull out a little bit of powder.
Okay.
It's called tracking powder.
Oh, I thought you were going to do a little blow before you...
Well,
It is the
We're
red
not
light
going-
district.
We're not going in the club. We're going down the-
I use a single application covered area so we can actually see the tracks really well.
Okay.
And what it does is it gives you a +10 alchemical bonus on survival checks to follow tracks.
Holy
All right.
crap.
Nice.
Okay, cool. He dusts the area for prints, as it were. And
Pretty
you can
much.
you can now clearly see the print, the outlines of the footprints you discovered, and they are clearly sort of a warped hybrid between human and animal. You
Have
even
we
see-
done a knowledge check on were rats?
Not necessarily. You know that you had gone against them. You made a knowledge check to discern that were rats were involved in a thing, but not actually on were rats themselves. So if you want to make that
Yeah.
knowledge, what is it? Arcana?
Is it arcane?
like to know.
Oh, never mind. I thought it'd be nature.
No, I think they are monstrous humanoids, but I'm not sure. Let me double check.
It'll be the same roll for me, so I will roll that roll.
Is it nobility? 'Cause-
Well,
You happen to know of one famous were rat.
I rolled a 1.
Oh no, it is knowledge nature actually.
I thought you were going to say nobility.
Doesn't
I was
matter either way.
What?
17.
I got the same thing.
17, and what do we get? Who else got what?
I'm sucking. I rolled a natural 1.
Oh right, jeez. All right.
It's too busy with that blow.
You are
Pretty much, yeah. Ooh, look at those tracks.
Wraith comes up, his nose looking like clown white.
Hey, so like, did we find him yet? Huh?
All right, let's go to my van and do a little lifting.
I got a great idea. We're gonna build a restaurant, and it just caters to demi-humans.
Demi-humans, people still call them that? All right.
We'll draw them in over time, and then we'll catch them all. Anyway,
Pokemon.
yeah.
We'll dress them up in cute outfits and sell them to the highest bidder in FAO Schwartz.
God, I hate hanging out with people that do cocaine. Hate it.
Hate it. But yeah, so with were-rats, you know that they are lycanthropes, obviously. The lycanthropes having a lot of common traits. They generally have, of course, a lot of the same, depending on their form, they have a lot of the same attacks and abilities of the form they're in. Usually that is human, which has no special attacks. But on their animal side, that could mean a lot of things. Werewolves can like trip you up. They can use pack tactics effectively, but these are were-rats. And so you know that their bites in hybrid or animal form can cause disease. You need silvered weapons in order to damage them effectively.
We did know that because we got
Silvered weapons.
we got silvered weapons through the paladin. The paladin's like good word.
Yeah. You also know that the curse of lycanthropy can be spread by a natural lycanthrope.
I didn't get a silver weapon.
You didn't? I thought you did.
We were all given the,
The voucher.
mhm.
Oh yeah. Well, actually, yeah. You guys just got back to town. You haven't really cashed the voucher in fully,
Well,
have you?
We did.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Yes.
At the last session, while in between the guard captain saying, "Hey, will you go take care of these were-rats?" and the crystal ball situation, we all were
Oh,
like,
yeah,
hey,
that's
we
right.
need
Yeah.
silvered weapons.
That's right. You guys had some shopping time to do.
Yeah.
So
So
I mean,
even if we didn't,
there
we did.
there are silvered weapons you can get as a druid. You don't have to worry about wooden ones. You could probably get like a silvered scimitar if you like. I think
Sickle.
sickle.
I'm not running up to hit a were creature with a sickle. not
All
gonna
right.
do it.
Then you can keep your voucher for now, and in case you need to use it for some other thing.
Okay, can I trade it in to give my animal companion? What is that thing? So his beak counts as.
Silver teeth.
I don't know if I don't have enough money to buy it yet.
Were you using ranged weapons?
No,
Okay.
He uses druid shit.
I use druid magic
Okay.
and my eagle attack. That's my melee. Is my eagle.
Oh, you could get silver talons, spurs for your eagle's talons.
Is that a thing for animal companions?
I mean, they use it in cockfighting. I imagine it's something you can use. Just imagine it's something you could get for a raptor.
You have a raptor?
No, like
I know.
the bird. Never mind.
I just pictured a velociraptor hanging out with a halfling.
No, we're not in Eberron.
You're riding that bastard.
Yeah, let me just give my the only thing that pops up at Hero Lab is gauntlet, hand wraps. This is all for an eagle. Lock gauntlet, bucket of whale oil. What book that's from?
Just the eagle perched on the edge of a bucket eating whale oil with a spoon.
Actually, it would work. What you can do is
The bucket of whale oil?
no.
Oh,
You take
shut up.
You take the equipment, the weapons and stuff, and you can size them for whatever size your creature is, and you could use Acestus to be the spurs, and basically it's mechanically it works.
Yeah, but the bird's not proficient at this level. I'd be getting like a -1 to hit.
Okay.
I don't think animals. Wait, I don't think animals actually need like proficiency, do they? Do you have to be proficient? Does an animal have to be proficient in barding? Like,
Well, no, I can wear armor. That's why
Yeah.
it says the gauntlets are something that it can use.
well, there you go. Just use the gauntlet as the base price and call it spurs. I mean, it's simple, easy enough.
Well, there's a bird training kit.
Bird training kit. It's all bird seed and like a list of tricks.
I didn't mean to side rail us. I just assumed that I'd have to wait until I could afford the.
Bucket of whale oil.
Yeah, no, the amulet that lets your natural attacks count as
Magical.
certain things for.
Yeah.
Well, there are tusk blades, which you could reflavor to be talon spurs.
I'll look into it. Keep playing the game.
Okay.
Is that not what we're doing? I thought we were playing the game.
I know. I feel like I was side railing us for one
Arguing
small
over
specific
equipment.
thing.
That is
Yeah.
playing the game.
That's playing the game.
Yeah.
Good.
But anyway, yes, you make your way down the streets. Thanks to keep wanting to call you Zarius. I'm sorry. Wraiths, magical powder, and your keen eye tonight, Brian. You move your
And
way.
Fidelis, I feel like my 29 got just brushed over.
29 for what?
Perception.
Oh, I didn't hear it. Sorry.
Yeah, that's why you went off on the tangent about natural 20s being automatic successes in D&D 6.
Huh. I don't know. This is a very big rum and coke, so my DMing from here is going to get real choppy.
Yay.
At any rate, I'll come back to you. I'm putting a pin in that, Fidelis. You see something that interests you, but not to do with this. You head down the streets in this dark alleys, looking at the tracks that you've been tracking, and just like in Zarius' description, you find a place where there's a lot of boxes, barrels, and other rubble that it seems to have been strewn everywhere, and it's easy to see that there's been a scuffle. You follow the marks of both the footprints and what appear to be drag marks to the back of another nearby building, but not to in the building itself. You find that there is a grate in the ground where water drains into. It has been closed, but it's big enough for a medium-sized humanoid to slip through.
I'd like to check for traps.
Sure.
I got my silver heavy mace out.
Mm-hmm.
A 21 on perception.
All right, you begin checking the grate for traps, and you do see that it has a very basic trap attached to it. If you don't grip it in just the right place, the bars have been sharpened on the other side to, if you're not careful, could probably slice a finger off.
I'll make sure I mention that. And then does it look like how much strength is going to take to open this?
Not much more than a strong man or two normal men to do. You just have to find the right places to grip it. So give me another perception check.
All right. 15 to 26.
All right. You locate a couple of places where two of you can easily pull the grate up and put it aside.
All right, we'll do that. Make sure there's no bells or anything that will alert somebody that the thing's been moved.
All right. You pull it aside, slide it off on the ground, and you don't hear any bells or see any things like that. But you also don't see a ladder. All you see is a dark pit before you. If you have your
low
half
light.
elf? Okay.
I'm Elvin.
All right. You have trouble seeing down there. It is so pitch dark down there. So you might have to throw a light down there to see what's going on.
I pull out a stone that floats around my head and has continual light on it.
All right. You pull out your light source and look down there. You can see that it's about a 12 or 13 foot drop to what appears to be a narrow stone corridor that has fairly swift running gray water in it.
I show the light down so they can see what's down there, and then let's make a decision on how we're going to go forward.
Did it look like there were drag marks at this gate? Great. Did you say that?
Yeah.
Okay. So whatever this creature is, from your vision, do the marks look as if the woman who was taken would have made these marks?
From everything we've seen so far, yeah.
Then we must go.
Looks like the were-rat dragged the person down here.
Does it look like just one? A dirty 20 on my survival for tracking.
Just one were-rat or just one?
Yeah, just one were-rat and one person.
You begin looking around and you see that there's a variety of sizes in the footprints. You're guessing it's more than two, but probably less than five.
Yes, so we may be walking into a whole nest of these. Is there any blood?
No blood that you see.
Hopefully this woman is still alive and unturned. And
Terrence, how far down did you say it was?
About 12 feet It's a fairly long drop.
Pull out some rope, start tying it to a secure anchor point.
All right. Anchor point's pretty easy to find here. This place has a lot of doors and things like that. There's a good bit of old, heavy stones out here that people use. Occasionally, looks like they use them to just shove in front of doorways to keep them from being opened by people trying to run off on bills and things.
Is there any way to secure our rope in a hidden fashion so that somebody doesn't come along as a prank and just go,
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Here, hidden fashion, that's difficult.
Like if we laid trash on top of the rope so they couldn't see it.
Mayhap, go ahead and make a disguise check for your rope.
Well, either that or I can drive a python inside the opening and run the rope down through that.
You do know that it's going to be pretty conspicuous there's an opening here because you had to move the grate aside. And given the way that the edges of it have been sharpened, it would, if you had your rope tied to something outside of the hole, it would probably get chopped.
Okay, so then we should.
You're right.
Yeah. I'll reach in to the opening, drive a python in to tie the rope to, and the rope will be inside the opening for us to slide down.
All right.
So as to avoid it getting cut or being seen. Now the question is how we're going to put this grate back in front of
Actually, Ryan, do you mind sliding it back? Because she's stronger.
Sure.
All right.
I'll scamper on down so I can actually do search for traps down there when we get down.
After he drives the python in and release the rope, Wraith slides down the rope. It's a short trip, of course, like I said, only 12 feet, into about 8 to 10 inches of kind of swift moving, stinky water.
I'm right behind him.
How about the rest, you two?
I'm going last because I have to shut the grate behind us.
Right. So,
Yep.
Go ahead. You go down as well.
Yeah.
Okay. You go down as well. Your eagle, I guess, just sits on your shoulder as you go down. It's very uncomfortable going into this kind of underground enclosed space.
I picture the eagle just wrapping his feathers, his wings around the shoulders and
He hugs
his
me.
head. He hugs him from the back.
Yeah, because I'm medium or I'm small. My eagle is small. It's not tiny. It's
I know.
small.
It's a pretty big bird.
I will
The
be able to
same
ride
size
it
as
on
you.
5th level.
But it has hollow bones, so it's light.
Okay. Don't stop trying to spoil my shit, Frakes.
No,
I'm gonna ride an
just
eagle. I'm
saying.
gonna ride an eagle, and you can't change it.
No, absolutely. I'm just saying that he can ride on you for now,
Yeah.
and it's not going to be that much of an inconvenience for you.
A bald eagle weighs about 14 pounds. A golden eagle, 15.
But this is a falcon, crow, eagle, hawk.
I was saying it was anything but an eagle because I didn't like eagles, and then I was reminded of Peacekeeper.
Eagle.
So he's definitely just straight. It's eagly now.
Okay. I was just curious for myself. I was just like, how much does a fucking eagle weigh?
Yeah, 14 pounds is pretty heavy for a bird.
Yeah, it's a pretty heavy bird.
It's a big fucking bird. It's the size of a dog.
Certainly something to feel that will make an impact once it like drops out of the air at you from like 500 feet.
Falcon could also be cool. I've seen a falcon punch now, like a for real.
Really?
Falcons do.
Oh,
Yeah.
a peregrine falcon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They torpedo bullet shit from the sky. It's kind of dope.
210 miles an hour. Fucking decapitate a duck.
Oh, well, your average falcon weighs about 3 to 4 pounds.
No.
Sorry,
What's the difference between a bullet and a fucking sledgehammer?
Yeah.
Eagly's a sledge, yo.
sledgehammer.
Terrence just had to flex his bird lawyer skills.
Yeah.
No, I was just nosy about bird weights. I'm like, how much food would an eagle provide if it weren't illegal to shoot them?
How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if indeed a woodchuck could chuck wood?
And they probably didn't taste terrible because they're basically just huge seagulls.
We all know seagulls are delicious.
Are they? I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. That's what you implied.
It's a fish-based diet, so I imagine that it's, not too gamey.
I mean, is it a fish-based diet? Because all I've seen eagles eat is Cheetos and corn chips and
Mhm.
No, I'm
hot
talking
dog,
about seagulls.
hot dog buns and other garbage.
My sandwich that one time.
Yeah, that bologna sandwich I left right there on the beach blanket.
Fucker took
Gone.
it right out of my hands.
Yeah, some fucking assholes. But yes, you scamper down there with your bird, and after that follows Ryan. Ryan, make a strength check to one hand that great.
What? See, that is a 20.
All right, you quickly snap it into place with no trouble at all. Slide down the rope and into the gunky gray water below. The light coming from Wraith's, what is it? What do you have? A dull gray ion stone or something?
Dion torch.
Oh, okay, yeah, an ion torch. All right.
Yeah.
I will also cast light on Ryan's helmet, if she will allow me.
I'll allow it.
All right, Ryan, your helmet becomes a miner's lamp, basically. And you guys head off into the sewers. Now, once you come out of the narrow corridor of running water, you come to a much wider area where the water flows into a thicker, a wider stream with like narrow walkways on either side. As you know, he said, knowing they didn't know. As you know, the city is built on the ruins of another city that was here before the fall of Herjek, and a lot of the ruins under the new town of Emerald Hill are unexplored. There are definitely dangers down here that that adventurers sometimes talk about, occasionally dipping into, and mostly they talk about how labyrinthine the whole thing is. And so you begin, once you get to the main corridor of water flow, you see that it zooms off in two directions, and then you can also see that it zooms off in a couple of other directions as well, a little further down in either direction. It's fast moving, it smells terrible, but the stonework here is obviously ancient and clearly built in another style of than the city above you. You can see that some of the water spouts on the walls themselves, not just the drainage and grates that have been constructed rather newly to the area, are in the shapes of demons' heads, and the water pours out of the mouths. But the water pouring out of the mouths is a different, cleaner color, possibly even coming from somewhere else. You see there's a lot of glowing fungus and patches along the walls, and you also smell not the putrid rank odor of human shit once you're down here. Your body has kind of blocked a lot of that out, but there's a smell you cannot quite get over, and it's almost a dusty smell, like dried mold or something. The place stinks in a way that puts your mind in an ancient sort of fearful, dark place.
Okay. Before we make our first turn, I'm going to make a mark with a little bit of regret to defacing these ancient walls. Going to take some chalk and mark an arrow back the way we came.
All right.
So in case we have to leave again, we won't get lost. And I will continue to do this at every intersection, pointing back to the direction that we went.
Okay, cool. Now, what we're going to need here is someone to track, however.
Well, okay. Hold on. Also, I have a scarf. I actually pull a scarf over my nose and mouth to provide. It actually provides a bonus on poisons and other airborne effects while breathing.
So you're going full cowboy, huh?
Pretty much, yeah. And I'm also when we're doing this perception check / survival check, my idea is the fact that if they brought someone down here against their will, they'd be splashing either if they're in the water, they'll be splashing water off to the side, or if they get dragged onto the platform themselves, they will be damp and they will be having drag marks that are still damp since they weren't that long ago. So that's the kind of stuff I'm looking for, is a disturbance onto the walls and to the platforms of water and stuff that might have gotten splashed in that area recently.
And indeed, that is the only way you can really track down here. Most of the stonework here is damp, but not muddy. And so it's going to be a fairly difficult tracking check. So
what is your to track?
Oathboard, I believe you were
Plus 12.
Oh yeah. I'll assist you then.
And I'm using survival, not perception at this point. Yes.
That's fine. That's what we need.
I assist.
A 19 on the die for a straight 30, huh?
Hold on. Want a little bit of powder?
So that's going to work on the water.
Well, I mean, it just says it gives you a +10 to your survival.
So you snort that this time.
Yeah, this time, the old man snorts that he has a massive stroke and dies. Now it's just Eagly as the fourth member of the party.
You just wanted to play Eagly all along, didn't you?
The powder is fine. You can occasionally catch a footprint with it. Like I said, it's going to add to the bonus, so go ahead.
Yeah, so I got a 31 without the +10, so that's a 41.
All right. Oathboard, as incongruous as it seems, you're in your element down here. This place is filled with nature, despite the grim stonework and the fecal rot and the weird moldy smell that seems to permeate everything. You're able to, with the help of a little magical nut powder, you're able to get out there.
That gets me mumbling. This reminds me of a time when I helped a family of bears. They lived in a cave very similar to this. They needed to relocate because there was an orc population that was moving in too close. I looked for a long time.
There was a magic fish, and it was yellow. We call it Goldilocks, and it invaded the bear's house. Anyway.
Every 6 seconds, I will at will cast Detect Alignment, and I will run through the alignment spectrum.
Okay. Oathboard has turned into a chaotic tweaker.
Yeah.
And it automatically detect magic.
All right. You guys begin tracking your way through the sewers. What time is it? 2? Okay. Eventually coming to a wide circular area with a lot of different paths. You know which way to go, but you also see that the center of the path, water running in from a number of channels both above and to the side, is giving off a weird churning, bubbling motion, and it gives you pause.
Any alignment coming off that thing?
Alignment.
Rivers are mostly chaotic lawful. Yeah, that's no alignment you can't be.
But rivers of shit, however.
Mm-hmm. Neutral good, surprisingly.
Yeah.
No, there's no alignment auras coming off of the bubbling.
Okay. It does not appear to be a creature causing this.
Perception, maybe?
Sure.
I'm going to use an ability of the druid. I'm going to take just a half a second to give myself a +4 bonus as my eyes. Wait, where is it? Totem transformation. I'm going to go with, +4 bonus to perception, and it gives me low light vision. 30.
30. You see your magical perception zooms in. You can see from the magical light sources your companions have activated. Glinting off the water, there is indeed a shape amongst the bubbling, churning gray water ahead of you. A weird, three-legged, triple tentacle kind of blobby shape under the water that you immediately recognize as an Autiog.
That doesn't have any alignment, not even neutral.
You can't detect neutral
Why not?
because it's neutral.
Do you have detect alignment or do you have detect evil?
I have detect alignment. I can detect chaos, evil, good, law. Oh, I guess I cannot detect neutral.
Yeah. It doesn't have an alignment, so you can't detect it.
Oh, I did not know this. That's kind of cool, actually.
I have no strong opinion one way or the other.
I'm invisible to you now.
Tell my wife I said
Hello.
Yeah, I'll hold the party up. If do I notice? Has it noticed us?
Let's see. You guys weren't necessarily moving stealthily, but
No.
you can see that it's kind of its attention has definitely turned toward the corridor that you're emerging from.
Tiag ahead.
that makes sense because as we were going, I was keeping time by tapping on Ryan's breastplate. Tink, 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 tink.
What do I know about Atiogs?
I'm just picturing you playing a breastplate like a drum set.
March. What do we know about Atiogs?
What do you know about audios? Do you have knowledge of dungeoneering?
I do not. And I didn't even know what to tell them what was ahead.
Ah,
There's either a three-legged creature ahead or a two-legged, well-endowed creature ahead.
that sounds like an Atiog if I've ever heard it. Hung like horses, those creatures are. 23.
23. All right. Yes, an audiog. They are large aberrations. They are immune to disease. They eat filth for lunch, dinner, and supper. Their bite also can give you diseases. Beyond that, they are moderately, well, somewhat intelligent. I guess mostly, when left alone in the right environment, filter feeders of filth.
Gross.
Exactly what you would want in a sewer.
Yeah, they're the kind of things that love sewers and do indeed thrive there. But they can be territorial. If they think you're coming for their duty, they will rough you up.
Is there any way around it, or is it in our way?
There looks like it's waiting to see how close you come to its feeding area.
That's what I'm wondering. Is there a way to avoid its feeding area?
No, it's centered in a roundel in the tunnels, with a bunch of tunnels branching off the circular area that it seems to reside in.
And we're pretty sure that this is the way they came with the captive.
Oh, it's definitely the way they came with the captives. Actually, make another perception check for me.
Anybody?
All four?
Anybody would be fine.
A 20.
20. All right.
24.
That's cool. 20 and up. You finally see blood for the first time on this tracking excursion. But the blood itself, just when you see it, like, it looks like it's just haphazardly splashed against the wall, and it's not exactly fresh blood, but it's recently splashed. I'd
Does
give you
Somebody's
some,
throwing chum in the water?
Yeah, I was about to say, does it look like someone threw some food out, some basically bloody food, and it grabbed the attention of Otiog and they were able to go around it?
yes, that looks like, yeah, it looks like they offered it a bribe of food.
We do the same.
Yes, we throw eagly in.
Fuck
I mean,
that.
isn't it like
delicious.
poop?
Fresh, aged halfling.
He'd be that evil druid that I summon an octopus for it to eat while we circle around. Didn't we do that old campaign? Fucking Ryan summoned a dolphin for that fire god or whatever. It's just like, oh my god, it was just happily swimming in the ocean, and all of a sudden, poof, you're on fire. In another plane of existence.
Anyway.
Fortunately, though, when it dies, it just goes back to its plane. It's just, 38 seconds of extreme agony.
Yeah.
What do you guys?
I pull out some rations
All right.
and,
Is that
Here,
what it
boy.
eats?
Like I said, the things are intelligent, and they can talk.
Oh, I didn't know they could talk. What language do they speak?
Generally, the most common language.
Oh,
Common?
perfect.
What would that be?
Common.
Atiog.
oh, yeah, Audiog.
Well, then since I know this, I will try to diplomatize with the filth-feeding monster in the sewer.
Okay.
Easy now, easy. We are
Right.
not here for your food.
You step
As-
forward.
We will give you food.
You step forward, and the creature explodes out from the center of the circular room, out of the gunk and doo-doo and muck. As thick rivulets of fecal matter cascade off its body, it lets out a burbling growl. Stay out of my territory.
We're just trying to get past. We're not here for anything that is yours.
Where's the offering?
I'll bring out the food.
Let him know we can make some nice poo if that's what he really wants.
Got my hands cupped behind Eagly now.
Come on, just pumping the bird's tail like it's fucking hand sanitizer.
Almost empty ketchup in any murder joint.
Come on.
Oh, it's going everywhere but the ramekin.
Anyway, sorry.
A lovely little poo.
Mahogany started that one. I'm not gonna let her get away with it.
Yeah, that's her fault.
I got a 21 on my diplomacy to say we don't have anything fresh, but we do have some dried food that might tempt your palate.
Is there a way to assist that diplomacy, or?
Sure. Go ahead. What else you got?
He's just
I was just-
pumping the eagle's tail.
I
I'm
was
working,
just
I'm
going to
working.
say, like keeping everybody back and making sure our body language is non-threatening.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, but I assist his diplomacy.
Okay. And what does that give you in total? Toto?
23.
All right, 23. The Autiog doesn't seem like it's edging to attack. It looks like it's just trying to coax more food out of you. After you throw in the rations that you brought, one of its long tentacles scoops it up and jams it into its wide mouth. It begins chewing and chewing and chewing and chewing like, ugh, ugh. Ugh, your diet must be terrible if this is what you eat.
You would know. Here's an apple.
The Autiog chews it up and says, more. Do you have more?
I do.
I have a couple of good berries I could give him. That counts as a full meal.
Oh, maybe.
Does it make you feel full though?
Yeah, I mean, I
Oh,
guess
yeah, it
would.
does.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I'll toss him over a couple. When he hands you that apple, it comes like a fruits basket. There's a couple of good berries in there too, with some regular berries.
All right. He,
Give
scoops
us 5 minutes and a basket, and we'll arrange this in a pleasantly appealing manner.
He scoops up your magical fruit salad and stuffs it into his festering maw and begins chewing it, and then lets out a ringing bell and says, yes, good, go.
We just fed him ambrosia,
Scoot.
and you described it just like every family reunion I've ever been to. Fresh fruit salad into festering maws.
One of its tentacles points to one of the tunnels.
Ooh, excellent. Let's scamper on.
Is that where the others took the struggling member?
The creature's eyes swivel around towards you. Others.
Thank you. Would you like them to eat?
You seem to be confusing it.
Scamper on.
All right.
It's intelligent enough to talk, but not intelligent enough to do much more than that, I guess.
Hey, if you can't blind them with your brilliance, baffle them with your bullshit.
It doesn't seem to know the difference between you and the were-rats, is what I'm getting at here. It just knows the way that they seem to usually go. And so when you head over to that tunnel and begin making your way down it.
Thank you, Lord Doodoo Eater.
Elden Ring, there's a character called the Dung Eater. So, just the more you know.
You always got to tie it back to Elden Ring, don't you?
I do. I'm so close to getting that platinum. All the trophies.
Don't be checking for traps.
All right, you begin checking for traps, and with good reason, go ahead and make your roll.
How much experience do we get for dodging that fight?
I'm treating this as if it were a combat encounter defeat.
Yay!
Yay.
A 30.
30.
I rolled a 19.
Okay. You take the lead in this area and begin looking around, and finally your vigilance pays off as you see that there is an area where the stones are only roughly assembled to look like walkways. Are rigged to collapse beneath your feet. Once you begin having a closer look, though, you notice that the water here is extremely loud. Like, I'm trying to figure out how to describe this. The noise level here goes up and has a hollow echoing quality to it. Make a will save.
A will save?
A will save, since you are interacting with this.
Okay.
Illusion.
Illusions, Michael.
It is let's see, 19.
All right. As you begin looking extremely hard at this area, you squat down and give it a closer examination, and the noise fills your head as your mind is able to pierce an illusion that has been cast on this area of the sewer. It looks like there is a large drop off where both sides of the tunnels are flowing into a lower level, but they have cast an illusion over the area to where it looks like it is an unbroken stream. The stones on the side that you would rather walk over rather than go into the water are indeed haphazardly placed to collapse.
I will actually bring it to everybody's attention and make sure they're aware and don't step into the area.
Given your high check, you can see that there is in fact a number of pythons screwed into the ceiling above your head.
I'll point them out.
Does anyone else have rope?
Well, yeah, I do.
Yes.
Okay, good. Because I left mine at the entrance.
How are you guys getting gross? It is a 10-foot expanse.
So it's not, we don't need to go further down. We need to go across this opening.
Well, I'm just saying, if you're going to investigate the other side to see which way they went, you can do that. Or, yeah, you can go down.
So, but you're saying there's no way across, like no safe way walking across?
There's no safe way walking across.
Okay.
Okay, looking at it and thinking about it, they had a prisoner.
Yep.
what would they be doing with the prisoner at this location? I mean, how would they get that prisoner across?
They tie ropes to the pythons and swing it across.
Yeah. Given the way the were-rats are getting around in here, you can guess that they generally don't have a problem with this area, meaning that they probably, under normal circumstances, simply transform into full dire rats and crawl across the walls.
Okay.
Hmm.
Having a prisoner, however, you see that there's pythons driven in the ceiling, and much like Fidelis has said, they probably rigged it so they can transfer her across, which means this might have taken a good bit of time because the pythons look fairly clean and new.
And how far is it across?
Only 10 feet.
10 feet.
We're right behind them.
Let's do it. Let's swing.
Well, we need
Is there
someone
enough room?
to
Is there enough room to
attach.
run and jump?
There is enough room to run and jump if you like. If you want to secure one of the pythons, you can attempt to do that as well.
How high up is the ceiling to secure a python?
10 feet.
I run across and jump. I rolled
Okay.
an 18, and I got +5 acrobatics, so 23.
Okay. Wraith backs up a little bit, gives it a quick run, and leaps to the other side of the illusion, which he has told you about, I'm sure.
I don't think that's going to be possible for me.
And I will search the area real quick, just make sure there's nothing right over here that's going to cause issues.
All right, go ahead.
I will throw a rope back to him.
Through the python. He's just going to thread
Well,
the
I can attach it to the python on my side and throw the rope over to you. That way you can come across and without having to. I mean, it doesn't do you any good to attach it to the python on your side. Attach it to the python on my side, and you just swing right across.
Okay, then.
Yeah,
So,
works.
that is 16 plus 11 is 27 to search the area real quick. Make sure there's everything safe over here.
All right, everything looks secure on your side, and after you attach the rope to the python and throw it to the side, it becomes even safer to try and jump across. So
But it still requires a roll.
it will still require a roll. There is still a chance of there are still, of course, mitigating factors.
So
Mine was a 19.
wait,
What?
when Rain goes across, I want to hand her my backpack. Will you
Okay.
take this across for an old man?
Sure.
That'll make me light enough for my eagle to carry me across.
Okay, well, that gives me. I forgot. I have so it gives me a 21.
All right, yeah, you're able to leap and swing across with ease. How about you, Fidelis?
Fidelis is going to mutter a quick prayer to Shaylan and bestow upon himself a bit of luck to roll 2 and take the better result.
Both ones.
Not quite. A 2 and a 4
Oh wow!
for a total of 3.
Oh no.
Okay. Fidelis mutters his prayer of luck, and luckily, the rope doesn't slip out of his hand. But when he leaps, he does slide down it pretty far. You see him dip below the illusion of the water. Fidelis, you slide down the rope as your hands were slicker than you thought from the your various interactions down here, and you are being splashed with gray water on both sides as it pours down into the tunnel that you have slipped down into, about 20 feet down the rope.
Can we try to pull him back up?
You can go ahead and make a strength check. You're guessing the only reason you are hanging on at all is because there is a kind of a knot in the rope here that's keeping you up. Climbing, now that the rope's entirely slick with gunk, is going to be almost impossible, but you can try it.
Well, I'll try to give myself another bit of luck as they pull me up and I try to split the difference.
I rolled a natural 20 for whatever thing I got to use to get him up.
All right.
I don't slide further down the rope.
Okay. You try to go forward, but the rope is just too slick. However, you do feel yourself jerked up rather dramatically.
Causes you to slip off the rope and fall to your death.
As Wraith quickly, hand over hand, pulls the rope out of the flowing gray water and up onto the sidewalk.
Well, now that I'm beyond the illusion, how far down is this hole?
You look down and let's see, your light source goes, it disappears into the darkness. It just becomes churning water and darkness below you. It's a pretty far drop.
And my light source is on Ryan anyway, so.
Oh, okay.
I'm just dangling in the dark, cold grossness going, oh God, oh, Shaylin, help.
Being splashed with doo-doo water.
It's like the void, but it kept all the bad stuff.
Yeah.
I know you said you did it on my helmet, but I say you did it on my horns, so my horns are glowing.
That's fine. Wherever you wanted it.
Glowing horns of my God. Okay, that's enough.
It's very biblical, but in like the
Oh, that's right. I forgot you had antlers.
but the poorly translated Bible where they thought Moses had horns for some reason.
Unhook my rope, and since nobody else needs the rope.
Yeah, the huge bird deposits the halfling on the other side.
Back to what you were saying with Moses having horns, that's because the word for horns and the word for halo are so very similar.
Mm. But yes, as you guys are all settled in on the side, Fidelis, you are covered in reeking gunk.
Yes.
But you're all safe and alive. And after a cursory inspection by Oathboard, sorry, I'm still trying to figure everybody's names.
That's fine.
But after a cursory inspection by Oathboard, the trail picks up from here rather easily. You move ahead a little bit down the hall.
First things first.
Oh, sorry.
I cast 6 gallons of water over myself.
Okay. You kersploosh yourself with magic.
Then I throw that bird duty I've been holding in his face. We don't need this now. Whoop.
Eddie.
Here's your willow ending.
All right. So yeah.
Oathboard was the one who was supposed to be splattered with duty.
Yeah.
At any rate, you move down the hallways a bit. From here, it seems to be a rather straight shot because it looks like some of the passages have been bricked over, boarded up, and diverted, meaning that the water flowing in the channel is extremely heavy, but it doesn't seem to be going anywhere but that channel to the drop-off. Finally, you see what appears to be a place where the stonework overtakes the channel in some very old bridge work, coming to an area that is more open. It looks like it is a place where people could come down and basically stand on stonework and do work down here or prepare to do work. You see that there are old bronze plates bolted to the walls of this area, which is like 20 foot by 20 foot square area of stonework. You can still hear and feel the sewer waters thrumming below the stones of your feet. But the old tarnished bronze work on the wall appears to be ancient maps of the sewer system of the city. But a lot of them seem to have been like defaced, scratched, scraped. And as you guys are investigating the area, you hear a voice coming down the hall. It's like, I swear I heard something right down here.
All right, hold on one real quick, Terrence.
Sure.
Before we go any further, I pour an oil of silence on my pistol.
All right.
To silence the pistol.
Gotcha.
Done.
All right, you pour an Oreo silence on your pistol. It silences the pistol.
Thank God.
As you see a trio of what appear to be at first hairy men, but the hairy men have incredibly grotesque rat-like heads. And as they turn the corner to look at you, their weapons come out and their yellowish teeth become bared. One of them screams, "Intruders! Intruders!"
Ignore me! Ignore me!
His voice echoes down the halls while the other two begin to charge at you, and we'll pick up from there next week.
All right. Nice cliffhanger.
Yay.
I feel like cliffhangers are the way to go on.
Fucking raging Cliffy.
We'll get him next time.
What was the only better cliffhanger would have been if right when Fidelis didn't make the cross, because then he's actually hanging from the rope, and it'd be just like the Stallone movie.
Cliffhanger.
That's it.
Rhinestone.
Copland.
What was the one where he played a prostitute?
Copland.
Rhinestone.
Cliffhanger. He's just a whore in all those movies.
Rocky. That's what it was. Just like that Stallone movie. Rocky.
Rocky.
Oh, Death Race 2000.
Oh, that's a good one. Not because of Sylvester Stallone.
Is that the hand grenade movie?
That's the hand grenade
Grenade
movie.
yes.
Absolutely.
So funny.
All right.
Want to shake the president's hand.
So silly, it's good.
Yeah. It works.
Pure Corman.
I feel like that could have been the tagline for this episode.
Pure
So
Corman?
silly, it's
Oh.
good.
Yeah. Too bad I'm going to call it the pants episode. We talk about pants. Clones.
I was like, when did we talk about pants? I don't remember that.
We talked about kulaks.
Oh,
Kulaks.
those are shorts.
Kulak clones.
That was probably when I was going smoking.
I'm just going back. We talked about bottoms and tops.
Mm.
Hey, hot.
Oh, yeah, that means different things now. Or maybe it meant the same thing then. And Granny was just in on the joke.
It was just contextual back then, like pillar and pillar.
One of those means sacrifice, doesn't it?
No, one of them means a thing that holds up a building, and one of them means a thing that you rest on at night.
Oh, you were colloquial.
Yeah,
Yeah.
contextual.
Chester drawers.
Chester drawers.
A
That's-
chest or drawers.
That is the name of my next character. Chester Drawers.
Chester
Yeah.
drawers.
I still want to play Dude. Dewdrops in the Morning Light, a druid. He goes by Dude.
Uh-huh.
Because Dewdrops in the Morning Light is just too long.
DEWD, dude.
Dude.
All right. Thanks for joining us. Yada, yada, yada. Like, subscribe, yada, yada, yada. Click whatever. Look at the site. End the show.
Okay, bye.